No, I usually I feel like we entertain, but today I think we're all learning a little something. I don't know about you guys, but things I didn't know.
Well, we started I'm kind of organically going on here. By the way, hello to everyone who's joining us on the cameras. Thank you. You get to watch us on the cameras because of Renegade, and we appreciate them.
Renegade Truck Accessories. Thank you, Jim, and the guys there.
They're just up 183, and Christmas time's a good time to add something to your vehicle. I'm eating a curly fry thanks to Mike. I don't know if you want your name out there, but Mike's been hooking us up, just randomly bringing us Arby's, and I've enjoyed it every time.
Somehow.
So we've just been organically talking, right? And it started with the Santa sack. And ladies, what did you learn later in life? Meaning that a man's Santa sack moves, ebbs and flows like the tides.
But your parents never told you that when you were a kid.
Nobody's mom says to a young lady, you should know that sometimes it hangs way down and sometimes it's way up there tight.
And sometimes it moves like a jellyfish.
Yeah, it's a lot. The damn thing is alive down there, right? And then we also said that we found like there were some ladies who didn't even realize that there was ever any growth in the twig whatsoever in the North Pole, just above Santa's sack there, that some women just thought that it miraculously changed rigidity, but that there was no growth or anything, right? So that's how it started. But then in the interesting part of that conversation is we started learning, women started teaching us some stuff, too.
Right. I learned that...
and ladies are welcome to call in 512-834-0937 if there's something we should know, because we started talking about dating somehow.
Then we got into hairdos.
Hair. You should, and what we learned from that one young lady is if the woman in your life has changed her hair, gets a haircut,
3 words.
You look hot.
That's all you have to say. And then from there, who knows where the night goes.
And it's tough sometimes because you really are... Sometimes a lady will make a drastic change, and you have to reach deep inside of you to that place that tries to protect you when you cheat.
Right.
And you have to bring up a lie and say, you look hot.
Things you don't want to say are, oh, what did you pay for that?
Whew. Hey, my mother, this is the kind of really good son I am. My parents had just separated. And my mother got such a drastic change haircut that when she walked in the door,
You're not my mom.
No, I started crying.
Oh,
I started crying, and then my sister started crying, and we both were just like, that's... And, I mean, we were young kids, and we didn't... But as an adult, I think about it. Think about you just split up, and you decided, well, I'm going to go out there and... I do my hair toss and both my kids cry.
Why women do. Don't regret it.
Anyway.
Did we have someone on hold? Or are they
we
going?
do. We do.
Okay. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay,
also, we're going to have a special A-list celebrity guest phoning in. It could happen anytime.
Okay.
As soon as he gets within cell service, I think he's going to call. So,
in my eyes, Deb is as A-list as it comes.
Oh, this is Deb. Okay, Deb. Sorry, we didn't mean to put you on hold, Deb.
That's okay. That's okay, because there's several things. First of all, Matt, your children are fascinating.
Why is that?
The depth of what your son comes up with to me is like mind-boggling. Like when you said he was like, well, we're born to die or whatever you said yesterday.
Yeah, no, yesterday he said, Dad, since we're born knowing we're going to die, what's the point? And,
and I was just like, whoa. And your daughter is with my daughter at that age, nothing I could do was right. Her friends were like,
oh, my God.
Oh, your house is so cool. Your mom is so cool. And she would just look at him and like, you think it's cool? Oh, you live here.
Oh, yeah.
I live here. That kind of thing.
My daughter, I know she must know the C word, and she thinks that, here's what's funny. I know she thinks that I'm the C word. I know that she thinks my wife is the C word. Here's what she doesn't realize, though. She is the C word.
Exactly. Oh. That's what I used to think about my own daughter. And it was seriously. And it's like, and the things that you were talking about, like saying, when you get your hair done or whatever, when we are first dating, I mean, we will invite friends over. I mean, tons of them to help us find something. And then, in the end, whatever we end up with, we're comfortable with. And we get all those compliments, but then when you get married or you settle down and you're still trying to do that stuff, and the husband or the guy is just in his, sweatpants and wife beater shirt, and you're walking around and you don't get those compliments anymore.
Look, this is where I have ruined quite a few nights because, like, you get later in life and you've got kids, you've got jobs, and you as a dude, you still have to remember your game, and I forget.
Right.
I'm trying to get better at it, but I know that recently we left here and had to rush home, and I had to pick up my wife to go on to a wedding. Right. And it's one of those things where women don't always understand this, I don't think. But when you're putting on a monkey suit, which is or just any kind of suit,
yeah,
the amount of sweat you start to develop trying to put on a shirt.
There's no cotton in those things.
And then you're putting on the pants, and the pants don't have the same kind of give as jeans, and now you're putting on those long black socks that are dress socks, but you don't usually wear those, and now you're trying to...
There's more buttons on the shirt that have to be done.
And you got a French cuff, and you can't get the length through there, whatever, and you're sweating. You just start sweating, so... And then my wife, and I get the kids ready, and I got to tell the babysitter the stuff, and then my wife comes out, and I go, all right, you ready to go? And she's like, okay. And when you get in the car, and I'm like, because we're late, let's go.
Yeah.
And
not romantic.
The last time she said, look, I'm going to let you know that I'm a little unhappy because when I came around the corner, I didn't say to her, oh, wow, I married the right woman. This is rude of you to go to a wedding looking better than the bride could possibly look. I said none of that. I was just like, well, do you need a purse or you want me to carry your stuff in my suit? Like that's the kind of dumb stuff I did that night. So I'm trying to.
Women really appreciate that little bit of thought, and I understand too, like what you're saying, getting into suits and stuff like that.
Well, I appreciate occasionally having my taint licked, but that didn't always happen. Now, does it?
Guys, I want you all to have a very safe and happy holidays. I'll miss you. I hate it when you go away.
Well, you haven't heard the last of us.
Yeah,
technically.
we're going to we'll be in for a smaller length of time all next week.
By the way, on our own dime.
By the way, or so,
technically,
5 or 6 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, technically we're on vacation, but otherwise they're going to just subject you to all next week to music and.
Why? That's what I was going to. I know you probably can't say, but why did they say the reruns aren't?
Well, you know what?
No, they didn't say that. They just said our reruns. Yeah. Everybody else's are fine.
I will be honest with you, Deb. It's something I can't explain to you because it goes to the. It's annoying, but it goes to the metrics of how they rate shows, and there's some validity.
We're too dumb to understand it.
Yeah. So it's not. No one's being mean to us. We just said, hey. I literally live like 5 minutes away from the station, underneath the bridge at Runberg and I-35, and I was just like, do you as a management care if I pop in with Chewy every once in a while just because I don't want fans to not hear us at all? And they said we don't care, and so that's what we're going to do for next week.
Well, that's awesome. All right, guys, we'll have a wonderful time. Love you guys.
Thanks,
love
Deb.
the show, and I'll talk to you next year.
You know what? I wish we could.
Deb.
Thank
See
you.
you at home.
I wish we could do what we did with that other podcast that we did. I wish we could come in here and spin records at will.
Oh, that'd be nice.
That would be fun, and introduce them and tell stories, what they mean to us and stuff like that.
Music wormhole.
Like FM radio was in 1975.
We used to do a thing, Chewy, before you joined us, I believe.
I remember.
When we used to do that. What was that? Shut Up and Play the Music.
Right.
Where we got to do a half hour. Robin. Yeah, half hour where everyone got to play a song and a story with it. And then someone one day looked at the songs we were playing and said, well, that's done. That's over.
We hit that Miley Cyrus thing.
I think you know what it really was?
It was a good song, though.
It was actually, wasn't it a Pantera song that finally got us canceled?
Or was it?
Yeah, because they were just like, you can't play
Who played Pantera?
John Toll was in here and he played Pantera one day.
Wow.
I bet we have Pantera in the system.
I know we have, it's not about fans, remember? That's the goofy thing, and we can't get into it, so I feel like my hands are tied because we can't talk about the rating system. But the rating company makes it where you can't have fun.
Right.
That's
I probably got fired for saying that.
Oh, boy.
All right, let's go 4 phones before
canceled.
I get yeah.
Rick will make it all fun.
What's
Rick,
up,
what do you
Rick?
got, bud?
Hey, guys.
Hey, Rick.
Hey,
Rick.
No, she's not here, Rick.
She's not here, Rick.
All right. Well, y'all have a good day then.
All right. What do you want? What do you got?
He really did hang up.
Oh, come on. Is that a guy that just doesn't get
I don't understand.
satire?
I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was.
Well,
We've never had anyone named Rick call the show and not immediately said, "You're not here, Rick."
Not here, Rick. What? That was weird.
I want to know what he wanted, but I guess it wasn't that important.
Hey, let's go, we gotta get to the club.
Especially when we were taking phone calls from the ladies. And then he popped up.
Are you worried that Rick is hurt? He's fine. He's got his cabaret. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
So was he our last call?
Yeah, he was the
so
last one,
ladies,
but I
yeah.
still want to hear from the ladies.
I do.
What's a Pap Smear? I don't know what that is. Somebody tell me.
You want me to explain it to you?
Come to
Do you know
think
what
of
it
it,
is?
I don't know
I
technically
don't know
either.
how exactly it's done.
I know it's
but
about
I know
an
what
hour
it's for.
appointment.
Yeah. I think they had. Here's my guess of what a Pap Smear is.
Okay, all right.
You have to probably some kind of brush or something.
And a bagel.
No. You got to laugh from the other room. I heard it.
Oh,
That's,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a schmear.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's not a
Pap
smear.
Smear.
That's a
Alright. It's
schmear.
different.
Okay.
There's a CH in there.
I'm assuming now. I know it's different than a colposcopy, which is where you take a little piece of skin. But this, I think they just rub. I'm going to guess a swab around the cervix, which is the spaceship that comes down from the uterus into the cave. It's the bottom of the spaceship, right? Mm-hmm. And I think they rub it around there. Then I think they rub it on a slide. Then they put it into a Fisher Price microscope, and they look for irregular cells. I don't know if that's true or not. That is simply
None of those spinning machines involved in that one? What is the spinning machine called?
Centrifuge.
Yeah, but there's
Centrifuge.
Like where they split out your blood into
Yeah.
plasma.
Right.
I don't think you have to have a spinning machine for a Pap
Okay,
smear, but
I didn't know. I didn't know.
And I know that a mammogram is where they take your ladies.
I really don't even know that either. I'm worse than Daniel.
You don't know what a mammogram
Not
is?
that Daniel was bad,
that's
but I
just
know
filling your
sometimes we had to
boobs for
explain.
That's when you take they take the ladies. They take one of the ladies' girls. Well, they gotta do both of them. They put them up in a machine that looks like a waffle iron, except without the ridges, just like flat plates.
Yeah.
This is what I think happens. And then they got to get that thing as flat as possible.
What?
Yeah, I think they smash that girl down in that machine. Like, you ever seen one of those T-shirt presses?
That
You ever,
sounds-
Yeah.
you ever go to Port A
Oh,
as
yeah.
a kid and you go, you know what I want on my tank top?
Yeah.
I want a lion with a couple of parrots around it. And then they take that.
That sounds
and they-
medieval.
They put it on your T-shirt and then they put that press down. Steam comes out. They used to have it at 7-Eleven. You used to be able to get a sandwich ironed at the 7-Eleven, right?
I've gotten a shirt at SeaWorld, too.
Okay,
yeah.
so you know what I'm talking about. So I think they put the ladies, except it doesn't heat up. I hope it. I don't think it heats up. Oh, maybe that's why the nipple's brown.
Oh,
That's why the nipple's darker, because it gets heated up in there.
So we just got a ton of calls. I'm assuming from a couple of ladies. I
From
know,
the mammogramery?
yeah, and I mean, it's tough. Like the whole woman thing. Their vaginas have to have like a certain pH. It's like being born with a pool. Like having.
Why do you think they always cheat with the pool guy?
Yeah,
Your chlorine level.
It's a dude with a net in there.
Heather.
You got a
What's
skimmer?
up, Heather?
Yeah. You guys wanted girls to call in.
I
Yeah.
do.
Sure. Do you
we
want to
do.
call about anything or just calling to say hey?
I mean, you were curious about Pap Smears, right?
Sure.
Was he even half accurate?
How about far off was we?
So when I went to call, it cut off.
Okay.
It's they scrape your cervix
Oh,
and
they-
then they check the cells under a microscope.
Well, okay, so I said they swabbed it, but they scrape it?
What are they looking for?
I don't know. It might be a swab. It definitely feels like a scrape.
A scrape? That's you can't. That's why my wife makes me clip the toenail on my wiener, so you don't.
Oh yeah.
A
be rough.
scrape sounds horrendous.
It's very unpleasant. Yep.
It doesn't sound like a schmear.
So it's not a good first date thing then. A guy shouldn't take a girl for a Pap smear. So my idea for a place that has dinner and a Pap smear called Pappy's is not. It was going to be like pirate themed. There's an old
Pappy's.
sea guy that comes out.
Only
I'm
oysters.
happy.
Yeah, and then instead of a parrot, he has a speculum on his shoulder. I'm cold. And,
While I have you on the phone, what is a Brazilian blowout? Because I know my wife spends like $300 a month on it or whatever.
Oh, I have no idea. I mean, Brazilians usually somewhere in the.
No, it's not that. That's a different kind
I
of
think
Brazilian.
they put some kind of formaldehyde chemical in your hair to make it shiny and straight.
And then blow it out with a
Yeah.
hair dryer. Is that right?
No,
Is there a chemical?
I'm not that type of girl. I don't know. I don't do that kind of thing.
What?
Okay, what type of girl is you?
I don't know. Probably low maintenance.
What kind of beautifying things do you do? Do you wear a face mask, or do you go get your nails done? What's going on?
I shower.
Oh, damn.
Damn,
girl.
That's a start.
She up there.
How old are you?
37.
Oh, okay.
Got kids?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. That
All
explains it all.
Yeah.
I don't mean that in a bad way
I've
either.
always been low maintenance.
Okay.
No, I've always been low maintenance.
I'm not trying to dog you. I'm just saying, once you got kids around, everyone's exhausted for the rest of your life, so why would you even, I get you. You're not...
I don't have time for that.
Hey, look, I'm just going to try to back the truck out of here because there's nothing I can say where I'm not going to sound like an a-hole. So I'm jetpacking out. Thank you, Heather, for the phone call.
All right.
I'm trying to think of what else I don't know.
There's a lot of stuff I don't know.
Like the things
dude.
that you brought up, I don't really. I kind of have a feeling what
I just
area
realized
they're in, but I don't know the details of what a woman goes through.
You know, your wife has a friend that she talks to about everything in your life,
Yeah,
right?
that's Anna.
So I have what I think, if my wife and I were to have a fight, no one would ever know. It just wouldn't. I might come in here and say to you guys, and you've heard me say, oh my God, we had a blowout last night. And that's the end of it, kind of, right?
Right.
But my wife, I think, will in the middle of a fight, will go, hang on a second, because she's got to keep her friends up to date with, well, here's what he just said. And then they'll say, we'll say this back to him. And then, she's that tight with friends where she has different friends for different kinds of hating me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I can't believe she times out, right?
She has some friends who's like, when she wants to get madder at me, she calls that friend because that friend will rev her up. And then when she wants to feel better about being mad, she has a friend she calls who tries to cool her down.
So you have an ally out there.
Oh, that's good. You need that.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get the other one murdered.
Let's see what Lisa has to say about everything.
What's up, Lisa?
Lisa.
Hello?
Hi, Lisa.
Hey.
I just wanted to say that Matt knows way too much about Pap Smear.
There you go.
Wow.
Now, too much or just enough?
Too much for a man.
I wonder if
Okay.
maybe he was a candy striper on some kind of work release program or something.
Maybe so.
No.
In his past life.
No. Here's the deal. I used to work in kitchens.
That still doesn't make sense.
When was your last Pap smear, Lisa?
You got to do it. How often do you have to do them?
Every year once you become a
Fertile?
woman.
So it's like the dentist.
Yes.
Now, is that a way to make a little bit of money? Could there be a place where it's called both holes, and it's a dentist and a Pap Smear man, Pap Smearman, and
That would be a nightmare.
No, you get it all done at one time.
I thought it was a putt-putt place.
Yeah, my kids go to a dentist now where they put on television up above them, and they put on these special glasses and everything.
I know.
Look, it seems all chill.
Like a theme park.
I tell you, the laughing gas might help to have both of those
Connect it to
same
the right
place at
Does
the
that
same
thing
time.
laugh?
Does that thing laugh?
Well, thank you, Lisa.
Lisa got mad and hung up.
I'm sorry, Lisa. But we have another call to take. Sloan.
Oh, I like that name.
yeah, no,
I've
this
never
is
met a
Sloan.
Sloan
This is
that
the
wasn't
Sloan
like
that,
Sloan has been calling.
Yeah.
Oh, Sloan.
And Tees and Dale.
Guys,
Yeah, Dale keeps going by your house late at night.
I think he lives in my area.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it could be.
What are you?
Hey, what's up?
Are you calling to teach us something or ask us something?
Yes, I'm gonna teach you some stuff.
Okay.
Some knowledge.
All right, drop
like
it.
in parts. Pap Smear, you're pretty much correct, and I would say it definitely feels like a scraping rather than like a swab issue. It feels like a scrape. I agree.
I
with
don't
that.
have any of those parts, but I couldn't.
Does that hurt?
I don't. Yeah,
horrible.
the word scrape.
It feels like a scrape. It's a sensation of something scraping you. It's horrible.
It hurts my beat.
And mammogram, I think, is about right. And then for the Brazilian blowout, I'm a hairdresser. That is a smoothing treatment that reduces up to 95% of curl and frizz. And it's not got formaldehyde in it. It has like a byproduct of formaldehyde. So
Okay.
it's not technically deadly.
But I wouldn't.
But it's not like.
That's the thing.
You don't wanna
I
breathe
don't
it.
ever know the right answer, but I know the close answer.
But why is it so
Yeah.
expensive?
What's it going to run Bob for his mistress?
It depends on
My
how
guma.
much hair she has. And it's expensive because it's hard, it's a lot of work and it's worth it.
God, we should have known that you. Have you told us before you worked at a salon?
No, well, Dale looked at my Facebook.
Did you say? What'd you say? Dale did what?
He looked me up on Facebook.
Yeah, of course he did.
No,
there's no way.
What?
Oh,
Dale
Would
Come
not
on.
look up a
Come
woman on
on.
Facebook. I won't sit here while he's not here to defend himself
No,
and have
no.
you
And be-
besmirch.
We're not going to let you smear his fine name.
Time out. Hold on. I added him, and you guys called me out on the radio, and then I called that day.
I
That
know.
was the very first time I was on.
We're
Okay.
we're teasing you because he looked you up
Okay.
while we were all sitting in here, so we know he looked you up. No, but I should have known you because you called about some dirty stuff once before, right?
Dirty stuff. I have called about dirty stuff.
See,
yes.
it's nerd.
Damn.
I told salon
Nerd
girls, maybe nurses come in a close second, but I think salon girls are they're the most undercover freak out
Oh,
there.
absolutely.
And
100%.
and most of you are booze hounds.
Right, they go straight to the club after the...
It is
I don't drink.
It is well, all
No,
right,
you don't
that's
drink?
fine. Yeah, so you're completely sober for the dirty stuff you
I'm
do.
sober and dirty. Yeah.
That's the worst. I wouldn't want anybody remembering the stuff I said or did the night before.
Yeah.
The liquor isn't to lower my inhibitions. It's because I don't want you to remember the stuff You cried last night. What? No, I didn't. All right. Thank you, Sloan.
Thanks.
Mary,
Bye.
Thank
Mary,
you,
whatever to
Sloan.
you.
Man.
Man.
We're
too
I
old for
wonder
this
if we
show.
could do the reverse when we come back. Is there anything that women want to know about dudes?
I think they know it all.
You think they do?
Guys never shut up, so I'm sure they've heard
There's
it.
got to be some mysteries. I don't know.
Probably more so our actions on why would this guy do this?
Why are we so simple and they're so complex?
We only want one
Physically.
thing.
I think that a lot of
And
ladies
emotionally.
spend time thinking
Right?
in the same amount of time that we think things like this. Literally, oh, Arby's is here?
Yeah.
That's it. Brain shut off at that point. When the Arby's is gone, then I'll have my next
We're
thought.
simple. We're simple. We're a simple gender.
We're
Do
a
we
soft
have
machine.
time maybe for one last call?
Yeah,
have
we
any
can do
more?
one.
Let's do
Let's-
one more, and then we're up against a
Oh,
break. We're up against
okay.
a break. We got to talk about Renegade some more. But
Steven.
Hey, guys. Hey, I think you might have touched upon the next $1 million idea. Start investing NASCAR pits for women.
oh,
Bring them in, give them some laughing gas, work on their teeth, get the Pap Smears, smash the breasts, do their nails.
Now you're making it
and
kind
they're
of...
out the door, man.
but what you remember your buddy had that gym where you could do a full body workout
Oh,
in like
yeah.
15 minutes.
Right.
There's this incredible gym machine.
Yep.
A lady sits back in the chair. She gets her feet rubbed, her toenails did,
Brazilian blowout,
smear,
ma'am,
and teeth whitened.
and a coupon for
then
next
she gets a-
Tuesday to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
5
gets a
stamps. The 6 months
frappuccino.
free.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks.
This, if you were watching us, you were being able to watch us because of the fine folks over at Renegade Truck Accessories. We're gonna do, yeah. So
I'm going to tell you more
okay.
about it, and we'll be back.
If you want to watch what we did tonight, you can watch it on the Facebooks later tonight. But Bob's gonna tell you about Renegade.
All right, and don't keep the calls coming, ladies and guys. We're very loose Friday today. We're feeling good. We're in the holiday spirit.